Troy Galloway is a construction manager and consultant, commercial and residential builder, and a certified inspector for all commercial and residential buildings. And now, here is About the House with Troy Galloway.
Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to About the House. This is your audio university of everything about your home. From construction to maintenance, remodeling to real estate, even real estate investing. And we have a forever library through our podcast system. And every week we have a specific trade or a product or something that we're trying to, educate the people on and let them know what it is. And because there's just so much information you're going to get here today, the podcast is a great way of going there. Also, you want to make sure you take any notes and such as we're going through here. So when you reach out and you get contact with our guest today, you'll be able to focus right into it, and we'll take good care of you and answer everything you need to know. Hey, this is Troy Galloway. I am your humble host, owner of Galloway Building Services. Just like this show, we're one of a kind. There isn't another company in the Midwest that provides the unique services that we do every day throughout the Midwest. We help people with construction consulting. If you have any questions about your job, if it's being done right or not, you just give us a call. Whether it's new construction or remodeling, we do a lot of brand new home construction inspections. We also do commercial and residential inspections. So if you're buying a building or selling a building, you want to make sure that you know what you're buying, give us a call. We also do construction conflict resolutions and expert witnessing if you need any kind of litigation work. Sometimes, we just can't get it settled and you have to go to court. We're a non-biased company, and we're there to make sure that if you ever have any problems, when we get done, it's usually all done and wrapped up. We've been doing this. I've been in the construction business now for 42 years, and we've been in the St. Louis area now for going on my anniversary, 36 years. We've been stomping around here for a long time. Our motto is that we're making sure you're getting what you paid for, the job is being done right, and you're not getting ripped off. So give us a call, Galloway Building Services. Phone number 636-394-3112. Hey, while we're here, I wanted to give a shout out to one of our premier sponsors, J&H Properties, real estate broker and agents. I always get on here and I say how they're large enough to handle all your buying and selling needs, and that they're also sensitive. Well, somebody had used them that got them off the show here. And they called me this morning and said, "You got to tell everybody." The owner of the company, she's handling their transactions, literally was there at 1:00 last night, helping them bag up and pack things up. Now, she made sure she told me that's not what they do but a moving company. But they're there to make sure that you're always being taken care of. So give them a call. That's J&H Properties. Then that phone number is 314-602-4835. That's 314-602-4835. Today, folks, you're going to really love what we have here. Just like Galloway Building Services, a very unique company, I have one of the champions in the field here, Kevin Pannebecker, and he's going to talk to you about not just home maintenance, but home warranties. Well, heck, I'm just going to shut up. Kevin, jump right in here. Tell us a little bit about the company. Tell us how you got here, and educate us.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, first off. Mr. Fix-It is a handyman service. We call it a handyman service on steroids. It's actually been around for about 15 years here in the St. Louis area. It's not a franchise. It's locally owned, even though we have this great franchise-sounding name. And we'll do everything you need to do as far as handyman services, honey-do list, all the way up to things like bathroom and kitchen remodeling. We work a lot with the realtors, whether it's prepping homes for sale, doing home inspection reports, and we are members of both the St. Charles and St. Louis Association of Realtors. So it gives us some benefits from working with the realtors that other people would normally have. We always provide free estimates for all the work, and the estimates are very clearly defined as to each line item, what the price would be for that, because it's important for them to know exactly what everything's going to cost rather than just throwing out one big number. Plus, we are the only handyman service here in the St. Louis area that I'm aware of that provides a 1-year warranty on our labor, and that warranty is transferable. So if the seller in the home had paid for the repairs, something goes wonky a few months later, the buyer is still covered by our warranty to do that work.
Wow, that's a great one. No, there is nobody out there that I know of that's given that kind of a warranty like that. That's awesome. And the defined estimate, folks, I know these people, and that's right. When they give an estimate, it is very clear. There's no mistaking what's going on.
Right.
That brings. I know it brought a lot of comfort to us.
Sure. Yeah. We try to make it as clear as we possibly can so everybody understands the process. It's not just a one big global number. Here you go. We explain everything we're going to do during each one of those processes, and the realtors and, of course, the sellers and the buyers in the real estate world like that a lot. That's
great. Well, how did you guys come about to even come up with this idea? Because it is a unique idea.
Yeah, it is. And Mr. Fix-It, there's handyman companies all over the place. But the thing that we really did is something about 3 years ago. We had started up another division called It's Just Routine. And It's Just Routine was a subscription-based maintenance company. And we started working with it and started getting customers, and we just felt that there was something missing. And so after working with some business coaches and doing a bunch of focus group studies and so forth, we determined that probably the best thing for us to do with that was to transform it into a home warranty plus maintenance company. And that's now Upkeep Home Service Plan.
So explain a little bit about that, if you would, please. Break that down.
Sure. Mr. Fix-It is, and Upkeep Home Service Plan are sister companies. But Upkeep Home Service Plan has a full home warranty, like a lot of the other warranties that people are maybe familiar with, covering plumbing, electrical, the appliances, the heating and cooling systems in the house. But we also do 4 maintenance visits per year. In talking with people who are very familiar with home warranties or have had experiences with home warranties, one of the biggest complaints they have is that they will frequently deny a claim due to lack of maintenance.
Right. I know. That's right.
Right. But if it's our employees that are doing the maintenance, how can we deny a claim due to lack of maintenance?
Right.
And so that's the other part of it, too, that's so different, is that we use our employees to do the work. We're not contracting it out to somebody else. So the 4 main complaints that people have about existing home warranties was denying a claim due to lack of maintenance, right? Never can tell who the contractor is going to be that comes to your home to do the work. You don't know what their qualifications are. You could never get a hold of the same person twice. And that means sometimes you might get somebody very helpful on the call center line, and a couple weeks later you might get a real jerk on the line. You just don't know. And the contracts are actually very hard to understand and confusing. Okay? And so the focus group study says that if you guys can fix these things, we think that it would be something to be really viable, here in the St. Louis market. So we got rid of the maintenance issue because it's our employees doing the maintenance. Got rid of the contractor reputation issue because it's our employees doing the work, and they come in with a logoed shirt and they know who they are. And we assign each one of the Upkeep warranty clients somebody called a home manager. And that home manager is directly responsible for not only scheduling those 4 maintenance visits, but that they are also their point of contact if the client or the homeowner has a question about something. If they have a question about a repair or replacement or just some maintenance issue, they can call their home manager to get that answer for them. The home manager is also responsible for going to the homeowner's home and actually getting a log of the things that they're being covered under the warranty. So that way we know the model and serial number of your dishwasher or your furnace or things along those lines. And that also solves another big problem because there's frequently times in the old home warranty world that the contractor will show up to do the repair and they'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't carry parts for that particular dishwasher on my truck. I'm going to have to order them for you." Right? You probably heard that story as well.
Yeah, well, too many times.
Yeah. And so you're waiting a couple of weeks maybe for the person to come back with the right part. Well, if I know what model of dishwasher you have and you're explaining an issue to me, I say, well, that sounds like it might be an inlet valve. I know what part to bring. I'm more likely to know what part to bring, I should say. I should caveat that. More likely to bring the right part. So those are some of the major differences. And then what we're trying to do is just by having our employees there being able to do the work, it just makes it much more friendly for the homeowner as well because they know us. We've got faces to names, things along those lines as well.
Well, I do love the idea that they're your employees because, like you said, sometimes we just get some wild-looking fellas that show up at the houses, And so let me ask you real quick because we're going to wrap up this segment, but this is an important question. Is this home maintenance only for buying and selling homes, or is it for anybody, period?
No, the home warranty maintenance is for anybody.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there's a lot of folks out there, hey, I'm getting to be a senior citizen. I don't always have the ability to do, well, it just hurts, to get down there to do some of that stuff.
I agree.
So that's a wonderful thing that you can offer, especially for our seniors, and especially for our people, our relatives that we know that we can't get there to help them out all the time, and if they got something like that. So we're going to talk more about that on the next segment. Folks, thank you for listening to About the House. This is Troy Galloway, owner of Galloway Building Services. We will be right back. We got a ton more questions for Kevin. And like I said, get them notebooks out and pen and paper out and start making notes. Kevin's going to give you some different ways of reaching out to him. And this is Troy Galloway. We will see you on the flip side. Thank you.
Troy Galloway is a construction manager and consultant, commercial and residential builder, and a certified inspector for all commercial and residential buildings. And now, here is About the House with Troy Galloway.
Welcome back, folks. This is Troy Galloway, your humble host, and this is About the House. I am the owner of Galloway Building Services. We are a full inspection company, and we are here to help make sure you get what you pay for, you're not getting ripped off, and the job's being done right. And that is exactly why I got Kevin here today, one of the owners of Upkeep and Mr. Fix-It. And we was just bouncing around a little bit on the last segment, Kevin, about what's the difference about some of your warranties versus Upkeep's warranties compared to some of the other home warranties.
Yeah, sure. The four main things were, again, the fact that we do 4 maintenance visits per year to help get over that concern about no lack of maintenance and therefore denying the claim. But that also includes doing the spring and fall clean and check on the HVAC system. Here, obviously in St. Louis, this summer hasn't been too bad, but normally summers are awful. But that by doing the clean checks on the HVAC system, it makes sure that we know exactly what we're maintaining, first off. And it also allows the homeowner to eliminate a separate HVAC contract if they don't want to have that, because our guys are, again, coming in doing the work. We have a couple guys that are HVAC certified, so they can come in, put the gauges on, do what needs to be done to take care of that properly for the homeowner. The other part of it is being a sister company of Mr. Fix-It. If there is some kind of repairs or whatever that the homeowner needs that aren't warranty related, they can get a 10% discount from Mr. Fix-It on getting those repairs done. And so then we did something kind of fun that we call maintenance minutes. And so every quarter, every homeowner gets 15 maintenance minutes per quarter so that we can come in and do things. Maybe they have a high light bulb that they can't get to, or a smoke detector battery, or maybe a lock adjusted or something on those lines. Just little things that are just kind of annoying. And we will go ahead and do those types of maintenance things for them at no charge. And if they don't use their 15 minutes this quarter, they can roll over. So conceivably, by the end of the year, you could have an hour of like a honeydew list that you could give our guys to take care of.
Yeah. So, but that's a great idea, because face it, there's a lot of them light bulbs in some of these homes we can't reach anymore.
Absolutely.
Unless
and you don't want to be up on a ladder. Right.
Right. Or smoke detectors, we go in homes all the time, and the folks just can't get up on, like you said, can't get up on a ladder anymore.
That's right.
So that's a great idea. So they can accumulate these.
Yeah.
Now, is this a year-to-year program that you have?
It is. It's a 1-year program, and so it's renewable every year if they want to continue with the warranty and the maintenance program.
Well, how long has Mr. I've known you for a few years, but It seems like you've been around forever. But how long when you get our age, everything's forever. But seriously, how long have you all been in business as Mr. Fix-It? I know that this is a new company. Well, it's not a new company, the warranty, but it's an evolved company. But how long has Mr. Fix-It been around?
Yeah, Mr. Fix-It's been around for about 15 years in one form or another. And originally it was started by a gentleman who wanted to do it on the side because he wanted to be able to make sure that his wife could stay home and take care of their kids. And so he was a manufacturing plant manager, and he would do this work on the side. And then when the recession hit in 2008 and 2009, the manufacturing plant that he was managing actually went out of business. And so he spent the next year shipping equipment off to, all around the world, for that particular company, trying to figure out what he wanted to be when he grew up.
Yeah.
And his wife said, "You've always liked this Mr. Fix-It stuff. Why don't you just do that?" And so basically in about 2009, 2010, he went to going to it full time. And then he brought on another person in 2012, 2013, and then I started with him in 2015.
The handyman service that you guys also do here, it is probably the highest demand of any particular trade out there. And right now, and folks, this is a fair warning. A lot of these companies out here that hasn't been around very long. They're just a guy in a pickup truck. Not that there's anything wrong with a guy in a pickup truck, but if something goes wrong, well, for instance, I'll just tell a story here. And a customer called me up because they knew me, and they said, "Hey, the handyman hung a ceiling fan. Now I don't have any power throughout the whole upper level, and I can't get him to come back." And I said, "Well, it's probably just a simple wire." But I said, "If I touch it, then I own it, you know." So that's why I think it's important to have a company that's been around. Hey, more importantly, somebody you can call and say, "Hey, what?"
Exactly. Well, we call that guy in the truck a chuck in a truck, basically. He's just chucking a truck. Because we use our employees to do the work, and we have 6 guys in the field that do the work. And that's important because it means we have all the proper liability insurances, all the proper workers' comp insurance.
That's important.
Absolutely,
right there. They don't. These other guys don't have that.
They don't. And absolutely, they are not going to do it. It's expensive to have that. And they said we're members of the associations, the realtor associations. We're also A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. And so we run it like a company. If we tell somebody that we're going to be there at 8, we're there at 8. And we return phone calls, and we answer the phone. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing. Just having somebody, folks, really, I mean, just having somebody answer the phone when you call is amazing. And I know that I've contacted you several times and give you guys a lot of referrals. People always rave about you.
Thank you.
But let me ask you, how many weeks are we out? And if it's an emergency, can you help out with that? I mean, I know it's 2 questions. Sorry.
That's okay. Normally, when they call us, we schedule the estimate appointment, and those can normally be scheduled within a day or 2 of the phone call. Okay, and then we get the estimate to them, typically within 24 hours of the estimate appointment. If we try to be as responsive as we can. As far as when the work is scheduled, that can vary depending on the time of year, because when the realtors get really busy, we get really busy. But we always try and stay within a 2-week time frame if we can at all possible. Parts of that's some of the home inspection rules and things like that. But if it's a major job, big remodeling thing or something like that, those can go out a little bit longer because it's not a huge rush on those types of things. But we always try and stay within that 2-week window.
So really, we say handyman service, but you're not just a handyman service. I would call you more light construction, but to even middle, because heavy construction. Kitchens are not just handyman. No handyman's going to handle your kitchen work.
Right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, we have guys that are skilled in doing that kind of stuff and doing some tile work and things like this, and it's very easy for us to come in and help with a small kitchen remodel. Absolutely. So you asked about the emergency. We don't typically do a lot of emergency work because our guys are booked out, and so we don't really have the staff to go out and to do a quick emergency. And we are typically not working on the evenings or weekends as well. We try and keep it a Monday through Friday.
So, folks, that's good to know because that means they're not going to pull off your job or reschedule your job, even though that emergency may be there. That makes you feel that, when you take off your time for work to let these people in, you want to know they're going to show up. You don't want to be like the appliance guy, I'll be there between 8 o'clock in the morning till tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very important. So that's good to know. And I didn't know. I thought maybe you guys did handle some of that kind of emergency stuff too.
If we have a guy that's available, and during the day, then we can push him or move him off to another job. We can do that, but typically we try and keep things as locked in as we can.
Do you guys do any Saturday work?
Rarely.
Okay. So it's not something that, so no Sunday then I imagine at all. Good. No. That's good.
Everybody needs some time off.
Yeah, they do. Or they might get a little crabby.
We've all had that.
Yeah, I know that's what the wives say. So tell us your service area. Do you go over to Illinois? Because this show goes both Illinois and Missouri.
We don't go to Illinois now. We did for a little while, but it's already just the Missouri side of the metro area at this point. And that includes St. Louis City and County, St. Charles County, Lincoln, Warren County, and Jefferson County.
Oh, but would you go if somebody really needed you?
To Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly able to do so. Absolutely.
That's great. So what is your primary areas that you work in? Is it in the St. Louis County or St. Charles or just everywhere?
It's pretty much scattered everywhere. I mean, there's always a lot of work in that central corridor, that area through, the 4064 area.
They're a little bit older homes.
Well, and you go going through Chesterfields and the Wildwoods, and then you get into the O'Fallons and the Darden Prairies and those types of things as well. So, I mean, there's always a lot of work there, but we do work all over, North County, South County, West County, wherever. So.
And do you charge by the hour or do you charge by the job?
We charge by the job, and that's part
That's
of
good.
Yeah, and it's part of the estimates too, because this is how much it's going to cost you for this job.
No surprises.
No surprises. Exactly right. Unless we open up something and all of a sudden there's some hidden damage, and then we may have to rebid it. But if we've made a mistake on our part that caused the job to go longer than what we had anticipated, the homeowner is not charged for that because that was our mistake, because we gave them this bid, and that's what we're going to stick to.
That's good to know. That's awesome. Well, folks, we are wrapping up this segment with Kevin Pannebecker and Becker, and we will be coming right back and got a ton more questions and things we want to talk about. We thank you very much for listening to our show about the house, and we appreciate each and every one of you out there. It means a lot to both Kevin and I. And if you ever have any questions, we're going to have everything he's talking about on a podcast. So, and you contact him, he'll even share the podcast with you. Just tell him. Anyway, folks, thank you very much. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Sponsored by Troy Galloway and Galloway Building Services, your top choice for professional home inspections in the St. Louis area. GallowayBuildingServices.com. Troy Galloway is a construction manager and consultant, commercial and residential builder, and a certified inspector for all commercial and residential buildings. And now, here is About the House with Troy Galloway.
Welcome back, folks, to About the House. This is your humble host, Troy Galloway, owner of Galloway Building Services. We are the premier construction, inspection, and buying and selling inspection inspection company in the St. Louis, actually in the Midwest. And before we move on here, I need to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Jacob Abraham of Classic Flooring Solutions. Jacob, I've known him and his dad. They are third generation. They've been doing hardwoods and all types of flooring. They don't do carpeting, but they do all the other types of flooring. They are absolute craftsmen in their business, just not people putting down floors. And you will love working with them. And if you don't, you just give me a call. But Jacob knows that you will, so he will make sure he take care of. Hey, his phone number is 314-302-7222. That's 314-302-7222. You make sure you tell him you heard us talk about him on the radio show. Check out his podcast also. We got a podcast with Jacob up there talking all about hardwoods and all the different flooring and laminates, so go check him out. And we're going to go right back up here with my buddy here, Kevin Pannebecker, and with Mr. Fix-It and Upkeep Home Service Plan. And Kevin, so I want to make sure that because I know that your warranty systems and such are so unique, and what you're doing is so awesome and different than anybody else. Could you share? Is there anything else you'd like to share about that with the people here?
Yeah, thanks. There are a number of other things that are different with our program than the old home warranty world. Two things in particular stand out. In the old home warranty world, if you've got a couple claims, maybe you've got an electrical claim and you've got a plumbing claim, you have two different contractors coming to your home to take care of that warranty claim. Because maybe it's a garage door issue or a plumbing issue or whatever it may be. And if that's the case, you are paying the trip charge or the deductible twice. Because you're not paying it to the home warranty company, you're paying it to that individual contractor.
Oh.
So, see, most deductibles are around the $75 to $100 range, so you could be paying easily $150 to $200 for the deductible because you've had two contractors coming out there. And again, because we're using our guys that are skilled in all this kind of stuff, we can combine them. So maybe it's an electrical claim and a plumbing claim. You'd only pay the one claim of $75 rather than having to pay that to two different contractors, because now you're paying it to us, the home warranty company. And there's no charge at all for those 4 maintenance visits. That's part of the program. So if we have to come out for a repair or remodel, it's the only time you're going to have to worry about taking care of paying a deductible.
I do want to talk about your the high level of craftsmen that you have working with in your company, but let me ask you a question here, because this sometimes can be a little bit of a sticky issue with people. So what if we get into, let's say, an old hot water heater or something, or a furnace, and you can repair it, but it really isn't the proper fix. Right. I'm a big one believing, I'm a big one in believing that we don't go buy brand new, we can fix it, we can just keep it running. But that's not always the case. True. What do you do in a case like that?
Yeah. It's one of those things, again, you hear that complaint a lot about the other warranty companies that just keep putting Band-Aids on it. If it gets to a point where it just makes sense to fix it, and just replace it, then we replace it. And that could be something because there's some major part in the AC actually just went out, and you could replace parts all day long, but there are sometimes that things just aren't sized properly, and so it gets to a point where you have to say, okay, this is not going to be the right fit for this customer until we get this thing actually replaced. Water heaters, the biggest problem with water heaters is you get blockages, and part of the maintenance is we're going to drain the water heater to help maintain the life of the water heater, but eventually you're going to get some rust on the bottom, and you've got to replace it. So that's when you do it. Just take care of what's right for them.
What happens, say, if it's like wintertime and the furnace goes out? I know summertime air conditioning, we all love our AC, but that's not it's not as important as heat.
Right.
Do you put any temporaries in, or if they can't get a part overnight, or how do you handle that?
If we need to bring in some temporary heaters, we will. And our staff can normally get to somebody very quickly, but we also have a couple what we call certified service contractors to kind of carry the load if we get backed up. So we can get somebody out there just as fast as possible. That's just as good as our guys, if not better. But they know what they're doing too, and they've been in the heating and cooling business for a long time, and we trust them.
Well, people that you worked with and you know personally, which is great.
Yep.
Well, do you have I know after all these years you guys are pretty sharp about what you're doing, but did you have a construction background yourself?
No, not at all. I was actually in high-end software sales for most of my life.
Oh, wow. This is a
completely different thing.
Kind of a lot more fun, too, probably.
Yeah, actually it is. But my background is I'm a woodworker. And so, I like to build things. I put on a room addition on my house. I finished on my basement, so I know how the things work. So.
Well, that's great. I do this every week. Every single week I get to talk. I get so wrapped up in the guest and learning. I'm learning. When I ask these questions, a lot of this stuff like this, I'm learning just like you folks are. Well, hey, thank you for listening to About the House. We're going to wrap up this segment. We're going to have a lot more questions for Kevin when we come back. So catch us on the flip side and make sure you got that pen and paper. We're going to also make all your notes. Check us out on our Facebook page, Galloway Building Services Facebook page. I'm going to have Kevin and his company and all the information about that, how you can go reach them. And also you're going to have it on our webpage, so you can find that also. Well, folks, we will catch you on the flip side. Thank you for listening.
Troy Galloway is a construction manager and consultant, commercial and residential builder, and a certified inspector for all commercial and residential buildings. And now, here is About the House with Troy Galloway.
Welcome back, folks, to About the House. This is your humble host, Troy Galloway, owner of Galloway Building Services. We are a construction inspection, also expert witnessing. If you ever have any kind of issues on a project, you want to make sure that it's being done right, or just have a piece to know that what you're getting is what you actually ordered. So give us a call, 314, actually this is my cell phone number, 314-520-6655. Don't tell anybody. I don't usually put that out, so that's kind of a secret. Anyway, hey, before we go on, I want to give another shout-out to one of our other sponsors. We've been getting some crazy rains, and now we're going into the rain season, and our basements are leaking. And I want to give a shout-out to my friend Rob Jackson of the Crack Crew. He's also been on our podcast that you could check on our radio show, and he's folks, a lot of these people out here are not so much on the up and level. That's why I love people like Kevin, our guest here today, because they are. But give Rob Jackson a call. I guarantee you're going to get a first-rate job. And his phone number, 314-805-5692. That's 314-805-5692. Well, we'll jump right back in here, and we got Mr. Fix-It here, and Upkeep. They also have a home maintenance company, Kevin Pannebecker, and we're going to talk a little bit more, if we could, please, Kevin. We talk about your construction background and the other owners, but what about the workers? Bottom line, the workers? What kind of skill level do you expect for them to bring to the table before they're even qualified to work for you?
Right. Well, as I said, we have 6 guys in the field, and we break them up into 2 groups. We have what we call helpers, and we have technicians. And technicians have all got a background in the trades, and they've been around for a while. The helpers can grow to become technicians based on the training and so forth, but basically they're kind of like a sense where they're the ones going to be carrying the heavy stuff for a while, digging the holes, and then until they get to a point where they start to learn the skills, and then they're starting to go out on their own to do that work. But the guys that are the technicians have been in the trades for a period of time, some as long as 20, 30 years, so they've got lots of experience in what they're doing, and they're very good at what they do, and they can get things done quickly. The question comes up frequently, but do we have licensed plumbers or licensed electricians on staff? And no, we don't, because really, according to code, you don't really need a licensed plumber or a licensed electrician that often. When you need them, and then we'll contract with one to pull a permit on those occasions where it's needed. But one of the biggest things we see a lot of times is well, I need to have a licensed plumber kind of fix this leak that's behind this drywall. And a licensed plumber is going to do a great job of coming in and cutting a hole in the drywall and fixing the leak. But then they leave.
That's the problem right there, is that they have to do the job because that's not what their union contract says.
Exactly right. And so now you got to get a drywall guy come in, to fix the drywall. But if you call somebody like us who say, hey, we need to have a qualified contractor come in and do the work, well, we can cut the hole in the drywall, fix the leak, patch the drywall, mud, sand, prime, and paint. And depending on the weather conditions, it might all get done in one day, rather than having to keep taking days off to meet people to come to your home to get that kind of work done.
That is something that we hear a lot of out there, is that I got a plumber that can replace my faucet. You don't need a plumber to replace your faucet.
No.
There's no codes. I'm not going to say there's no codes, but as a majority of our area here, both Illinois and Missouri, no, you don't. It's the same with the garbage disposals, a lot of this stuff are your GFCI.
Right.
Right. You could take care of that. Now, so your skill level of expected for a tradesman. So you like to have the guys at journeyman level or higher.
Yep.
And so I guess you do a extensive background check on them, too. So I'm just trying to make sure that everybody feels really comfortable about the folks that are coming into your home, that you've already did all your due diligence.
Right. Well, again, because they are our employees and we have all the proper insurances and we're bonded. And so we do background checks on everybody that comes in, that we hire. And there have been occasions where we said, okay, we can't hire you after all. But that happens, depends on what the background check is. But we're going to check them to make sure they're okay. But again, everybody needs to know that we are bonded, and again, we do have all the proper, insurances they need for keeping them safe. So if one of our guys gets hurt on their property, they're not sued because our workers' comp and liability insurance will cover it for us.
What kind of policy do you have, say, if for children being in the house? Do you have any type of a policy? Say if the parents leave and the children are left in the home, does that bother you folks any or anything?
Yeah, it does. I guess it kind of depends on the age of the children as well.
Right.
But if let's say they're under 18, we probably will not stay there.
And I know you guys are pet lovers, so
we are.
So, folks, if there's anything, they're all going to spend a little time loving on the dogs and the kitty cats.
Yes, we do.
But that is something. What kind of policy do you have to make sure that the animals don't get out?
Well,
because I know you're going in and out of the doors.
We are, but that's the whole thing too. Is we're hiring people that have got some level of smarts,
Right.
And so, so they know that if the dog's not supposed to be outside, then they'll be very careful about how they get in and out the door.
Uh-huh.
If there is an occasion where you have to keep the door open for a period of time, then we may ask the homeowner just to keep the dog, confined, so that we don't have to worry about carrying something in and the dog, or the cat sneaking out while we're busy carrying something that way. So.
Well, and I'm sure you also tell them if it's as an animal that needs to be contained. For instance, we found somebody had a 4-foot alligator in their basement.
Oh my!
All right, come on,
I'm out.
Yeah, well, I thought it looked tasty, but the buyer didn't think that was so funny. No, I'm not kidding. And it was Creve Coeur, of all places.
Wow,
alligator. What the? How's an alligator a pet? I'm a dog guy, so what the heck? I'm a kitty cat. I like my kitty cat. So. Well, folks, thank you for listening to About the House. We are wrapping up this segment, and we will catch you on the other side. And we really appreciate you listening to our show.
Troy Galloway is a construction manager and consultant, commercial and residential builder, and a certified inspector for all commercial and residential buildings. And now, here is About the House with Troy Galloway.
Welcome back, folks, to About the House. This is your humble host, Troy Galloway, owner of Galloway Building Services. We are the premier, most highest-rated construction and home and buying and selling construction inspection company in the Midwest, from commercial to residential. And we are going to wrap up this segment. And Kevin, we have Mr. Fix-It right here in our studio, and Kevin Pannebecker. Kevin, kind of tell us, how's the best way folks can reach you now? We're going to have you on our webpage, and we're going to help promote you, but, also how could they go straight to you folks and
Sure.
jump right on this?
The Mr. Fix-It number is 636-486-1011. Again, that's 636-486-1011. Or you can go out to MrFixitSTL.com, and you can either say Mr., spell it out, or MRFIXIT. STL.com to take a look at that. We also have a Facebook page as well. And the Upkeep Home Service Plan, that phone number is 636-387-7331. Again, 636-387-7331. And the website address is actually very easy. It's just upkeep.homes.
Oh, but now when we spell Mr., that is M-I-S-T-E-R.
You can go
right?
either way, either by spelling Mr. out or going to say M-R, and it will take to our website.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, folks, this is, you got to, honestly, I don't want to put the fear into you, but you got to really be careful about who comes into your home. You really just don't know. And people, they case the joints out. They're maybe they're rough language around the children, or they're just, they're abusive to your property. I don't know. I've even heard stories where they're abusive to others. And Kevin, with the skill level of his people, I know the owners. Actually, they are just top-notch folks, and I couldn't recommend a home maintenance company, a handyman service, more than I could recommend you guys.
Well, thank you.
So I really thank you for being on the show.
My pleasure.
You've really helped let a lot of folks know what a real professional handyman service company and home maintenance company is. So thank you. So I want to give a shout out to J&H Properties. They are a real estate broker and agent company. They're large enough to handle all of your home, buying and selling needs, and yet they're always sensitive enough, and that they're always there for you when you call. It's pretty scary buying and selling a home. So you want to make sure that you give these folks a holler, 314-602-4835. That's 314-602-4835. Tell them you heard them on the radio show. They're going to give you a little bit extra above and beyond. I also want to give a shout out back out here to Jacob Abraham, hardwood flooring specialist, from finishing your floor or putting a brand new flooring down, even laminates, and third generation classic flooring solutions. 314-302-7222. That's 314-302-7222. And next week, I think you're really going to love our show next week. We're going to be having Sean Wolf, as a concrete resurfacing company. They just do miracles on old concrete. You're going to really enjoy that show, too. And Kevin, thank you very much. And give me your phone number one more time.
The Mr. Fix-It number is 636-486-1011. And the Upkeep Home Service Plan phone number is 636-387-7331. Thank you very much.
You got to call Kevin. And tell him you heard him on the radio show. He'll give you a little bit extra special here. He'll take care of you. Folks, thank you for listening to About the House.